Chapter 1: The Oath. Travis Mercer stood at attention in full dress blues, his jaw set with determination as he gazed into Alice and Dawson's hazel eyes. The summer sun beat down on them, casting a golden hue across the military chapel's grounds at Camp Lejeune. 30 of their closest friends and family watched as they exchanged vows. A moment Travis had imagined since their first date 3 years ago. I, Travis Allen Mercer, take you, Alice and Marie Dawson, to be my lawfully wedded wife. His voice remained steady, betraying none of the emotions churning inside him: pride, love, and a hint of apprehension about the deployment looming just 8 weeks away. Travis had joined the Marines at 19, seeking structure and purpose after a troubled youth in rural Pennsylvania. His father, a coal miner with a penchant for bourbon and disappointment, had taught Travis primarily what not to become. His mother, worn down by years of struggle, had passed when Travis was 16. Leaving only a faded photograph and her unwavering belief that her son was destined for greatness. The Marines had recognized something in Travis that even he hadn't fully acknowledged. An unflinching resolve and analytical mind that made him perfect for special operations. By 25, he'd completed the grueling selection process for Marine Special Operations Command, MARSOC, becoming one of the elite operators tasked with the military's most sensitive missions. At the reception, Leo Ortega, Travis' staff sergeant and closest friend, raised a glass. To Travis and Ollie, may your love be as strong as Travis' right hook, which saved my ass and Kandahar more times than I care to admit. Laughter rippled through the crowd. Ollie beamed, her champagne glass catching the light. She'd met Travis when he was still finding his footing in the Corps, a young woman pursuing a marketing degree who'd been drawn to his quiet intensity and hidden vulnerability. For Travis, Ollie represented everything good and normal, a contrast to the shadowy world he inhabited during deployments. Don't worry, Ollie, Leo's wife Maria added, embracing the new bride. The MARSOC wives stick together. We've got your back while these knuckleheads are off playing hero. Travis caught Ollie's eye across the table, detecting something. Uncertainty perhaps flickering across her face before her smile returned. Later that night, wrapped in the quiet of their new 2-bedroom home on the outskirts of Jacksonville, North Carolina, Travis traced patterns on Ollie's bare shoulder. Second thoughts, he whispered, about us? Never. She nestled closer. About this life, sometimes. 8 months is a long time to be apart. This deployment's important, Ollie. The team needs me. And I don't. Her voice carried a sharp edge he rarely heard. Travis sat up, moonlight carving shadows across his muscular frame. You know it's not like that. This is who I am. It's what I do. Ollie sighed, her frustration dissolving. I know. I'm proud of you, Travis. Just scared sometimes. Nothing to be scared of. I'm trained for this. And I'll always come back to you. Always. What Travis couldn't articulate was how the mission centered him. How the clarity of purpose and combat made sense in a way civilian life sometimes didn't. What Ollie couldn't express was her growing resentment of sharing her husband with an institution that demanded his ultimate loyalty. As Travis drifted to sleep, Ollie remained awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if she was strong enough for the life she'd just committed to. Chapter 2: Fractures. 6 months into Travis's deployment to an undisclosed location in northern Africa, Ollie Mercer's resolve began to crumble. The marketing firm where she worked had hired Ryan Westfield, a smooth-talking account executive from Chicago with perfectly tailored suits and stories from a life that seemed worlds away from military existence. Initially, Ollie maintained professional distance, mentioning her husband in their first conversation. Marine Special Forces, huh? Ryan had remarked, leaning against her desk. Guess that makes you something of a military widow for now? She bristled at the comment, but couldn't deny the truth in it. The sparse, encrypted calls from Travis had become shorter, his voice more distant. Operational security meant he shared almost nothing of his daily reality. While she exhausted her limited store of upbeat anecdotes to maintain the facade that she was thriving in his absence. One evening, after a particularly successful client pitch, the office celebrated at Harborside, a waterfront bar that had become their regular haunt. Ryan sat beside Ollie, his knee occasionally brushing against her. Your husband's a lucky man, he said, his voice dropping to an intimate register barely audible above the music. I'm the lucky one. Ollie replied automatically, but the words felt hollow. Ryan's eyes, intense, present, focused entirely on her, made her feel seen in a way she hadn't in months. Is that why you check your phone every 5 minutes? Hoping for a message that rarely comes. The accuracy of his observation stone. Across the room, Jessica, Ali's sister who had moved to Jacksonville to be near her during Travis's deployment, caught her eye, her expression a clear warning. Later that night, Jessica confronted her in the bathroom. "That guy is trouble, Ali. I've seen how he looks at you. We're just colleagues. Travis has been gone for months, Jess. My marriage isn't so fragile that I can't have male friends. Friends don't look at friends like they're imagining them naked." Jessica countered, fixing her lipstick in the mirror. "And friends don't look back the way you were looking at him." The accusation hung between them, neither acknowledgeable nor entirely dismissible. At home, Ali found a new email from Travis, brief, formal, loving, but distant. He'd be radio silent for the next 2 weeks. Operational necessity. She poured herself another glass of wine and stared at their wedding photo, wondering if the smiling couple existed anymore. When her phone buzzed with a text from Ryan, "You got home okay?" she hesitated only briefly before responding. Meanwhile, in a remote outpost, Travis and his team prepared for a high-risk extraction. Intelligence had identified an American hostage held by insurgents, and Marsoc had drawn the rescue operation. "Thinking about your girl back home?" Leo asked as they cleaned their weapons. Travis nodded, checking the action on his sidearm. "Always, Maria says Ali's been quiet in the spouses group chats lately." Something in Leo's tone made Travis look up. "What are you not saying, Ortega?" Leo sighed, setting down his rifle. "Probably nothing. Maria mentioned seeing some pictures on social media. Ali out with her coworkers. Some guy hanging pretty close." Travis continued reassembling his weapon. "Ali's allowed to have a life. I trust her." "Never said you shouldn't," Leo replied. "Just first deployments are hard on marriages. Stay connected however you can." Travis nodded, but doubt had planted its seed. That night, as he tried to sleep before the mission, he pulled up the last photo Ali had sent. Her smile seemed forced, her eyes holding something he couldn't decipher. Chapter 3: The Serpent's Whisper. By the 7th month of deployment, what had begun as innocent texting between Ali and Ryan had evolved into daily emotional intimacy. After a particularly difficult day when news reported casualties in Travis's operational region with no way to confirm his safety, Ali accepted Ryan's invitation to dinner just as friends. One dinner became weekly comfort. Became lingering touches, became stolen kisses in the parking garage. Became the ultimate betrayal in the home she shared with Travis. Ryan Westfield had pursued Ali. Behind his charming exterior lay a predatory opportunism. He targeted Ali specifically after learning her husband was deployed special forces. To Ryan, military wives were prime opportunities, emotionally vulnerable and attached to men with steady incomes and substantial benefits. "You deserve someone who's actually here," he whispered as they lay in her bed. Travis's bed, one night. "Someone who puts you first, not country first." Ali's guilt wrestled with her loneliness. "Travis is serving our country. He's making sacrifices. And expecting you to sacrifice everything too," Ryan interrupted. "When's the last time he asked about your career? Your dreams? All he wants is for you to wait patiently while he plays hero." The words burrowed deep because they echoed thoughts Ali had battled herself. As weeks passed, Ryan's presence in Ali's life and home became more permanent. He began leaving clothes in her closet. His favorite whiskey appeared on the shelf beside Travis's untouched bourbon. Across the ocean, Travis's team successfully completed their hostage extraction, earning rare commendations. The victory felt hollow for Travis, whose mind increasingly drifted toward home. Leo's casual comment had festered into persistent worry. "One more month, brother," Leo said as they packed their gear. "Then back to hot showers and cold beer. And why so forgotten what we look like?" added specialist Dominic Rivera, the youngest on their team. "Speak for yourself," Travis replied with forced lightness. "Ali's probably counting down the days." That night, Travis attempted a video call, wading through 3 failed connections before Ali's face appeared, slightly flushed. The bedroom looked different. Had she moved the lamp? "Hey babe," she said, her voice oddly pitched. "Wasn't expecting your call tonight. Surprise window of opportunity." Travis explained. "You okay? You seem distracted." "Just tired. Work's been crazy." She angled the camera upward, showing less of the room. "How are you?" "Safe. As can be expected. Listen, I might be able to get home a couple weeks early. Thought I'd surprise you. But I guess I just ruined the surprise." Something flickered across Ali's expression. Not joy, but alarm quickly masked. "That's great. When exactly?" "Not sure yet. Operations are fluid. Could be 2 weeks. Could be 3. Their conversation continued, stilted and superficial. After disconnecting, Travis sat in the communications tent, replaying the call in his mind. Something was off, but he couldn't identify what. Back in Jacksonville, Ali turned to Ryan, who had been silently standing in the bathroom during the call. "He's coming home early," she said, her voice flat. Ryan wrapped his arms around her. "So we enjoy what time we have left. Unless what?" Ryan's expression turned calculating. "Unless you're ready to make a choice. He'll be gone again, Ali. That's the life you signed up for. Endless deployments, constant worry, living for brief moments between extended absences. I made vows, Ryan, to a man who put his commitment to the Marines above his commitment to you." Ryan kissed her neck. "Think about it. This house, the car he barely drives, his military benefits could support us while we build something better." "What are you saying?" "I'm saying with his combat pay and savings, plus the military benefits if you divorced, we could have a fresh start. No more Jacksonville. No more waiting for crisis calls." Ali pulled away. "You want me to take Travis's money?" "I want us to use resources available to build our life together," Ryan corrected smoothly. "Besides, these military guys always land on their feet. The government takes care of them." The suggestion should have horrified her. Should have been the moment she ordered Ryan out of her home and life. Instead, Ali found herself considering it. Hatred for her own weakness mixing with the temptation of an escape from her increasingly lonely existence. Ryan sensed her wavering. "We don't have to decide tonight, but your husband will be home soon, and we need a plan. Either way, I'm not giving you up without a fight." What Ali didn't know was that Ryan had done this before, 3 times with other military wives. What Ryan didn't know was that Travis Mercer was not like the other husbands, and the storm brewing on the horizon would consume them all. Chapter 4. Homecoming. Captain Arthur Fleming regarded Travis with concern across his desk. "You sure about this, Mercer? The scheduled return is only 2 weeks away." "Family emergency, sir," Travis replied, maintaining parade rest. He couldn't explain his growing certainty that something was wrong at home. The intuition that had kept him alive through 3 combat tours was screaming that his marriage was in danger. "Operational security remains in effect," Fleming reminded him. "Your team extracted a high-value individual. There are people who would love to identify who was involved." "Understood, sir. I'll maintain cover protocols." Fleming nodded. "Your record speaks for itself, Mercer. Take the emergency leave. Report back in 3 weeks. 48 hours later, Travis touched down at Raleigh-Durham International Airport in civilian clothes. His military haircut hidden under a baseball cap. He told no one of his return. Not Ali, not Leo, no one. The drive to Jacksonville in his rental car gave him time to rehearse different scenarios. Perhaps his instincts were wrong. Perhaps Ali had simply been stressed about work. Perhaps. It was Friday evening when Travis pulled onto his street, parking 2 blocks from his house to observe. Ali's car sat in the driveway beside an unfamiliar black BMW. Lights glowed warmly through the windows of his home. Travis approached on foot, years of tactical movement making him a shadow among shadows. Through the living room window he saw them. Ali laughing, wine glass in hand, curled against the man Travis had never seen before. The man wore Travis's USMC sweatshirt, lounging comfortably on Travis's couch holding Travis's wife. Something cold and calculating replaced the initial surge of rage. Travis retreated, circling to the rear of the house where the bedroom window would be slightly open. Ali always complained the room got too stuffy otherwise. Positioned beneath the window, Travis heard their voices carried on the night air. "Your friends still don't know about us?" the man asked. "Jessica suspects," Ali replied. "She keeps making these comments about loyalty." The man laughed. "Loyalty is overrated. You know what I told my buddy Derek? I said, the stupid Marine is overseas while I'm enjoying his house, his car, and his woman. Why should Travis get to keep all this when he's not even here to appreciate it?" Travis's hands clenched into fists, his breathing controlled through practiced discipline. "Ryan, don't talk like that," Ali chided, but without real conviction. "Besides, we need to be careful. If Travis found out before we're ready, what's he going to do? The guy's been dodging bullets in some desert. He wouldn't know the first thing about handling someone like me. He's not just any Marine," Ali said quietly. "He's MARSAC. Special Operations." Ryan scoffed. "Special Operations or not, he's still just a military grunt. I grew up in Chicago. Your combat experience is nothing against my street fighting." Their voices faded as they moved deeper into the house. Travis stayed frozen, processing everything he'd heard, mapping his next moves. An hour later, after watching Ryan and Ali leave in the BMW, Travis entered his home using his key. The familiar space felt alien now, contaminated. He moved silently through each room, noting the evidence of another man's presence. Unfamiliar clothes in the closet, a different brand of coffee in the kitchen, a pair of expensive cufflinks on the dresser. In his office, Travis found his desk had been searched, papers rearranged in a way only someone with his training would notice. He checked the small safe hidden behind a false panel, still secure. Inside were his service weapon, backup documentation, and an emergency fund of $5,000 cash. Travis settled into wait, formulating a plan. When headlights swept across the front window 3 hours later, he positioned himself in the dark and corner of the living room, silent and watchful. Ali entered first, laughing at something Ryan said as he followed, carrying takeout bags. They froze when Travis flipped on the lamp beside him. "Travis," Ali gasped, her face draining of color. "You're home early." Ryan recovered quickly, setting down the bags and extending his hand with artificial confidence. "You must be the husband." "Ryan Westfield." "Look, this isn't what it seems." "It's exactly what it seems," Travis replied, his voice dangerously calm. He remained seated, posture relaxed, but alert. "My wife and her lover coming home after a night out. In my house." Ali stepped forward. "Travis, please, I can explain. I heard enough through the bedroom window earlier." Travis cut her off. "About how the stupid Marine is overseas while you enjoy his house, his car, and his woman." His gaze shifted to Ryan. "That was you, right?" Ryan's false bravado crystallized into something harder. He stepped forward, using his 2-inch height advantage to look down at Travis. "Look, man, these things happen. Military marriages fall apart all the time. No need to make this ugly or than it needs to be." Travis stood smoothly. "You're in my house, wearing my clothes, sleeping with my wife. And you think there's a version of this that isn't ugly?" Ryan's posture shifted subtly into a fighting stance. "Your combat experience is nothing against my street fighting." He threatened, repeating the words Travis had overheard. "I grew up fighting every day just to survive." Travis's expression didn't change. "Actually, I'm not just any Marine." What happened next occurred so rapidly that Ali barely processed the movement. Travis sidestepped Ryan's telegraphed punch, caught the extended arm, and applied precise pressure to nerve clusters while simultaneously sweeping Ryan's legs. 3 seconds later, Ryan lay immobilized on the floor, face contorted in agony, a technique designed to incapacitate without permanent damage. Travis stopped. Ali screamed, "You're hurting him." "He's fine," Travis replied calmly. "Just experiencing temporary nerve compression. He'll recover in about 30 seconds, which gives you time to start explaining why your lover has been accessing my personal files." Ali's expression shifted from fear to confusion. "What?" Ryan wouldn't. "Someone's been through my office. Either you've developed an interest in my military documentation or he has." Ryan groaned, a sensation returned to his limbs. Travis allowed him to climb unsteadily to his feet, maintaining tactical distance. "You're crazy, man," Ryan gasped, rubbing his arm. "I never touched your stuff." Ali's face crumpled. "Travis, please. This all just happened. I was lonely and Ryan was there, and you decided the appropriate response was to move him into our home." Travis' voice remained unnervingly controlled. "To give him access to everything we built, it wasn't like that." Ali insisted, tears flowing now. "Ryan, tell him we weren't planning anything." Ryan's eyes darted between Travis and the door, calculating his chances. "Look, things got complicated. Ali was talking about divorce anyway. We were just trying to figure out next steps." Travis reached into his pocket and extracted a small digital recorder. "Let's see what those next steps included, shall we?" He pressed play and Ryan's voice filled the room. "With his combat pay and savings plus the military benefits if you divorced, we could have a fresh start." Ali's gasp seemed genuine. "Ryan, you said you were joking about that." Travis stopped the recording. "Military lawyers are very thorough," he said quietly. "They've seen every version of the scam. Married service member deploys, spouse begins affair. Suddenly accounts are drained. Credit cards maxed out. Loans taken in the service member's name. I would never steal from you." Ali protested. "But he would." Travis replied, nodding toward Ryan. "He's done it before. Haven't you, Westfield? The military community's smaller than you think. Word gets around about predators targeting military spouses. Ryan's expression confirmed Travis's suspicion. You don't know anything, he snarled. I know enough, Travis countered. Now you're both going to leave? You have 30 minutes to pack essential items. Anything else can be arranged through attorneys. Ollie stepped forward, desperation in her eyes. Travis, please? I made a terrible mistake. We can work through this. We can't. Travis interrupted, his composure finally cracking to reveal the depth of his pain. You brought another man into our home. Into our bed. You betrayed everything we built. And you were never here. Ollie shouted, anger replacing her pleading. 8 months, Travis. 8 months of 5-minute calls and cryptic emails. 8 months of wondering if you were dead or alive while you chose the Marines over me every single day. I chose to serve my country. Travis replied. You chose to betray it by targeting a deployed service member's family. That's what you became the moment you helped him access my personal information. A threat to operational security. Ryan stepped toward the door. This is insane. I'm leaving. Not without me. Ollie declared, her gaze hardening as she looked at Travis. You're right. We're done. As they gathered their things under Travis's watchful eye, neither noticed him activate the recorder again, documenting every word, admission, piece of evidence that would protect him in what was to come. Chapter 5: The Aftermath. Travis sat alone in his contaminated home after Ollie and Ryan departed, systematically working through his options. His training had prepared him for battlefield trioff. Now he applied those principles to his shattered life. First priority, security. He changed the locks, reset all passwords, and placed a fraud alert on his credit. He contacted his bank, explaining that he was a recently returned service member with concerns about account access. The bank representative, a veteran herself, immediately froze his accounts pending his in-person verification. Second priority, documentation. Travis transcribed the recordings, photographed evidence of Ryan's presence in his home, and compiled a chronology of events. Military precision applied to marital catastrophe. Third priority, tactical assessment. Travis needed intelligence on his adversaries before planning his next move. At dawn, he called Leo. Holy shit, you're back early. Leo exclaimed, why didn't you tell me? It's complicated, Travis replied. I need a secure place to stay and some help with surveillance. Silence stretched across the line. This about Ollie, I found her with someone. A coworker named Ryan Westfield. I need to know if they're planning anything I should worry about. Leo's voice darkened. Give me 2 hours. Maria's sister has a rental property standing empty. I'll text you the address. By noon, Travis had established a temporary base of operations in a small house near Camp Lejeune. Leo arrived with supplies in Dominic Rivera, the team's surveillance specialist. Not official business. Leo warned Dominic. Personal favor. Dominic nodded grimly. Military family is family. What do you need? Travis outlined his concerns about potential financial exploitation and security risks. This guy has targeted military spouses before. I need to know if he's done anything that could compromise operational security. You thinking OPSEC violation? Leo asked, suddenly more serious. OPSEC, operational security, was sacred. Breaches could endanger entire teams. I don't know, Travis admitted. But he had access to my home office where I keep some documentation. Nothing classified, but enough personal information to cause problems. Over the next 3 days, they established a rotation. While Travis met with a military attorney and secured his finances, Leo and Dominic tracked Ryan and Ollie's movements. The picture that emerged was troubling. They're staying at the Hampton Inn off Highway 17. Dominic reported, showing Travis photographs. Westfields made multiple calls to these numbers. He displayed a list. One's a law firm specializing in military divorces. Another's a private investigator. He's building a case. Travis murmured. There's more, Leo added. The PI he contacted specializes in digging up dirt on service members to use in divorce proceedings. Guys known for targeting special operators, claiming PTSD and mental instability to secure favorable settlements. Travis absorbed this, his expression hardening. They're not just leaving. They're trying to destroy me. Looks that way, Leo confirmed. Question is, what are you going to do about it? Travis stared at the surveillance photos. First, I talked to Jessica. Ollie's sister might know something. Then I decide if this is a defensive or offensive operation. Jessica Dawson met Travis at a coffee shop near the community college where she taught. Her expression was a mixture of sympathy and guilt. I tried to warn her, Jessica said after Travis explained what he discovered. I knew something was happening with that guy, but Ollie swore it was just friendship. When did it start? Jessica sighed. 3 months into your deployment. He started showing up everywhere. Always so helpful, so understanding. I told Ollie he was too smooth, but she said I was paranoid. Did she mention anything about money? Access to my accounts? Jessica hesitated. Not directly, but about a month ago, she asked me weird questions about military benefits. What happens financially during divorces? I thought she was just considering options. And Ryan, what do you know about him? Not much beyond what Ollie shared. Chicago native, divorced, works in marketing. Always has cash but complains about being broke. Jessica leaned forward. But Travis, there's something off about him. The way he looks at people like he's calculating their value. Travis nodded. Because he is. He's done this before. Jessica's eyes widened. What do you mean? Ryan Westfield isn't his real name. My team did some digging. His real name is Richard Wilson. He's pulled this con at least 3 times. Seduced military wives. Convinces them to clean out accounts during deployment. Then disappears once the money's secured. Oh my God, Jessica whispered. Does Ollie know? I doubt it. She's a mark to him, not a partner. Travis' voice remained clinical, detached. The question is whether she's an innocent victim or a willing accomplice. Jessica looked troubled. What are you going to do? What I'm trained to do. Travis replied, his eyes cold. Gather intelligence, identify vulnerabilities, and neutralize the threat. Travis, Jessica said cautiously, this isn't combat. This is civilian life. Is it? Travis countered. Because from where I'm sitting, I'm still being attacked by hostile forces. He stood, leaving cash for the coffee. Just stay clear of both of them for now. This will get worse before it gets better. That evening in the rental house, Travis compiled everything he learned into an operational assessment. Ryan/Richard was the primary threat, a practiced predator with experience exploiting military families. Ollie was harder to categorize, victim or accomplice. Either way, she betrayed her marriage vows and potentially compromised operational security. Leo reviewed Travis' notes. What's the play, brother? Legal channels are slow, and meanwhile, this guy's building a case against you. Travis closed the folder. We changed the battlefield. Right now, they think I'm reacting emotionally. The betrayed husband, the unstable warrior. That's what they're preparing to fight. But that's not who they're facing. Leo realized. No, Travis agreed. They're facing a strategic operator with resources, training, and a team. Tomorrow, we go on offense. Chapter 6, Counterattack. Ryan Westfield, or Richard Wilson, his true identity. Believed he had the upper hand, lounging in the hotel room while Ollie showered. He made another call to the divorce attorney specializing in military cases. Yes, clear signs of aggression, Ryan said smoothly. Physically threatened me. Military training makes him dangerous and unpredictable. Yes, we can provide documentation of his volatile behavior. Perfect. He ended the call, satisfied. The playbook had worked before. Paint the service member as unstable. Leverage the trauma narrative and secure a settlement that included substantial alimony and asset division. The current wife was always crucial. Her testimony about her husband's alleged instability carried weight with judges. Ollie emerged from the bathroom wrapped in a towel. Her eyes red from crying. Ryan's demeanor instantly softened. Hey, it's going to be okay, he soothed. Gerald says we have a strong case. Travis's behavior when he confronted us works in our favor. I don't want to hurt him anymore. Ollie said quietly. I just want to end this cleanly. Ryan hid his frustration. If Ollie backed out now, the payoff would be minimal. He needed her cooperation for maximum financial extraction. The cleaner the break, the better for everyone. He agreed, choosing his words carefully. But we need protection. The way he attacked me. That's not normal, Ollie. He's been in combat too long. Doubt flickered across Ollie's face. He wasn't himself, but he didn't really hurt you. This time, Ryan emphasized. Military guys with PTSD can snap. I've seen it happen. He hadn't, but the lie served his purpose. We need legal protection, which means documenting his behavior. Ollie nodded reluctantly. Her judgment clouded by guilt and confusion. She still loved Travis. That was the problem. Despite everything. Part of her wanted reconciliation, not retribution. Meanwhile, Travis's counter-offensive began at dawn. First target, Ryan's credibility. Dominic had discovered Ryan was driving with a suspended license from Illinois. Additionally, the BMW was leased under a different name, Anthony Pinder, with missed payments. Anonymous tip to police, Travis instructed. Highway patrol checkpoint near their hotel at 2 p.m. when they usually go out for lunch. Second target, Ryan's professional standing. Leo had uncovered that Ryan's marketing credentials were falsified. His claimed MBA from Northwestern was fictional, and his supposed Chicago agency experience non-existent. Send this documentation to his current employer, Travis directed, anonymously from a concerned client who discovered discrepancies. Third target, Ali's perception of her lover. Jessica had provided access to Ali's laptop during a brief visit, allowing Dominic to clone her email credentials. Now they monitored communications, waiting for strategic openings. They didn't wait long. By afternoon, Ryan was in police custody for the suspended license and questionable vehicle registration. The BMW was impounded, leaving Ali stranded at the hotel. When Ryan called, demanding she bail him out, Dominic captured the conversation through the compromised phone. What do you mean you don't have access to cash? Ryan's voice was harsh. Nothing like his usual smooth tone. Use your credit cards. They're maxed out. Ali replied. I've been paying for everything since we left. Figure it out. Ryan snapped before the call ended. Travis listened to the recording, noting Ali's distress and Ryan's true colors emerging under pressure. Send her the Northwestern verification email, he instructed. Minutes later, Ali received an official-looking message from Northwestern University Verification Services responding to her supposed inquiry about Ryan Westfield's credentials. No record found. By evening, Ryan's employer had received documentation of his falsified resume. Before he could even make bail, he'd been terminated via email. The systematic dismantling continued for 3 days. Each time Ryan or Ali attempted to advance their position, they found obstacles. The divorce attorney dropped them after receiving anonymous evidence of Ryan's previous identity fraud. The hotel asked them to leave after credit card payments were declined. Ryan's remaining cash dwindled with bail costs and legal fees. On the fourth day, Travis intercepted a text from Ryan to an unknown number. Need to accelerate timetable. Military husband becoming problem. Asset extraction must happen immediately. Asset extraction. Leo repeated grimly when Travis showed him. That confirms it. Travis nodded. Time for the finishing move. That afternoon, as a desperate Ryan attempted to salvage his plan by pressuring Ali to contact Travis about retrieving her things from the house, Travis positioned his team. Leo stationed himself near the hotel, tracking Ryan's movements. Dominic monitored electronic communications. Travis waited at home, doors unlocked, security cameras active. When Ali arrived alone, Travis greeted her calmly in the living room. Where are your things? She asked, her voice small. It looks empty. Packed away, Travis replied. Seemed appropriate after strangers occupied my home. Ali flinched. I deserve that. You deserve worse, Travis said evenly. But that's not why you're here. Your sister tells me you're running out of options. Jessica talked to you. Ali looked betrayed. Family loyalties are complicated, Travis observed. Like how your boyfriend's loyalty is to your money, not to you. Ali's defensive posture faltered. What are you talking about? Travis activated a tablet showing Ryan's intercepted communications, including messages to previous victims and conversations with associates about asset extraction. Ryan Westfield is actually Richard Wilson, Travis explained clinically. He's done this exact routine with 3 other military wives. Seduce, isolate, convince them to drain accounts, then disappear with the cash. Ali's face drained of color. No, he wouldn't. He already has. Multiple times. Travis scrolled through more evidence. He's been planning to use you to access my money from the beginning. Once he had it, you'd never see him again. Tears welled in Ali's eyes. Why are you showing me this? Because despite everything, you're still my wife, Travis said, his voice finally softening slightly. And no one deserves to be used like this. Ali sank onto the couch, confronted with the magnitude of her mistake. I've ruined everything, she whispered. Yes, Travis agreed without malice. You have, but you can choose not to be his accomplice in financial fraud. His phone buzzed, a text from Leo, target on move toward your location. ETA 10 minutes. Travis showed Ali. He's coming here now. Probably realized you might reconcile with me and cut him off from potential payday. What do we do? Ali asked, genuine fear in her eyes. We let him reveal himself, Travis replied. But first, you need to decide whose side you're on. The moment of truth had arrived as Ryan's rental car pulled into the driveway. Inside the house, Travis had given Ollie a crucial choice. One that would determine not just the end of their marriage, but the nature of that ending. Chapter 7: The Trap. Ryan charged through the front door without knocking, his face contorted with barely contained rage. Finding Ollie and Travis sitting calmly in the living room stopped him short. "What the hell is this?" he demanded, glaring at Ollie. "I thought you were just getting your things." "We were talking," Ollie replied, her voice surprisingly steady. "About who you really are, Richard." Ryan's expression flickered, a microsecond tell that confirmed the accusation. He recovered quickly, forcing a confused laugh. "Who's Richard? Ollie has even feeding you lies." Travis remained seated, posture relaxed, but alert. "Northwestern has no record of your MBA, Richard. Neither does BCG Marketing in Chicago, where you claim to work for 5 years. "This is ridiculous," Ryan scoffed. "Ollie, we need to go? Now, so you can drain her accounts too?" Travis asked mildly. "Like you did with Melissa Chambers in San Diego or Katherine Benson at Fort Bragg." Ryan's practiced charm vanished, replaced by cold calculation. He assessed the room, noting cameras in the corners, weighing options. "You military types always stick together," he said finally. "Spinning conspiracy theories because you can't accept that your wife chose someone else." "I made a mistake," Ollie interjected, standing to face Ryan. "You manipulated me when I was vulnerable." Ryan stepped toward her, voice hardening. "We had a plan, Ollie. Everything we talked about, starting fresh, building a real life away from military restrictions. That was real. Was it she challenged? Or was I just your latest target? Another military wife to exploit?" Ryan's demeanor shifted again, sensing he was losing control of the situation. He softened, reaching for Ollie's hand. "Baby, don't let him turn you against us. Whatever he showed you is fabricated. Guys like him have buddies everywhere who will help smear civilians." Travis watched the performance with clinical detachment. Ryan was good, adaptive, persuasive, reading Ollie's emotional cues and adjusting his approach accordingly. In another context, Travis might have admired such psychological warfare skills. Ollie wavered, her resolve visibly weakening under Ryan's practiced gaze. This was the crux of Travis's plan, not to convince Ollie himself, but to create conditions where Ryan would reveal his true nature. "Maybe you're right," Ollie said slowly. "Maybe I'm confused." Hope flashed across Ryan's face. Predatory, triumphant, trust your heart, not his psychological warfare. "Remember how he attacked me? That's who he really is. Violence just beneath the surface." Ollie nodded, stepping closer to Ryan, further from Travis. "I should get my things. Already packed everything from your dresser," Travis said, nodding toward a suitcase by the stairs, including the emergency cash in your jewelry box. Ryan's eyes darted to the suitcase, a reflexive gesture that wasn't lost on Ollie. Travis had planted the seed perfectly. There was no emergency cash, but Ryan's reaction revealed he'd been searching for it. "You went through my things?" Ollie asked, directing the question at Ryan, not Travis. "What?" "No," Ryan protested, but his delayed response betrayed him. Travis rose smoothly. "There's one more thing you should know before you leave," he said, addressing Ollie but watching Ryan. "A frozen all accounts and reported potential fraud. Military relief services are investigating unusual activity during my deployment." Ryan's composure cracked. "You had no right. I have every right to protect my finances from theft." Travis cut him off. "The investigation will determine if any crimes were committed." The word crimes triggered something in Ryan. His confident facade collapsed, revealing the cornered predator beneath. He grabbed Ollie's arm roughly. "We're leaving. Now get your stuff. Let go of me," Ollie said, trying to pull away. "After everything I've done for you," Ryan snarled, his grip tightening. "After I listened to you complain about your absent husband for months. You owe me. I don't know you anything," Ollie countered, struggling more forcefully. Ryan's control snapped entirely. He shoved Ollie against the wall, his other hand balling into a fist. "You ungrateful bitch." He never completed the sentence. Travis moved with practiced efficiency, inserting himself between Ryan and Ollie, blocking the raised fist, and applying targeted pressure to nerve clusters that sent Ryan collapsing to his knees in agony. "That's the real Ryan Westfield," Travis told Ollie calmly, "or Richard Wilson, or whatever name he's using this week." Ollie stared in horror at the man who, moments earlier, She'd almost believed again. I want him gone, she whispered. Oh, he's leaving, Travis assured her, maintaining the nerve hold that kept Ryan immobilized. The question is how, in handcuffs for assault, which we just captured on multiple cameras, or with a chance to disappear before charges are filed. Ryan glared up at Travis, hatred burning through pain. You set me up. No, Travis corrected him. I created conditions where you would reveal yourself. Big difference. Travis released the pressure point, allowing Ryan to slump to the floor. You have 1 hour to leave Jacksonville, Travis informed him. After that, the assault footage goes to police, along with evidence of identity fraud across 3 states. You can't threaten me. Ryan gasped, struggling to stand. It's not a threat, Travis replied. It's an operational timeline. Ask Ollie, I never miss deadlines. While Ryan staggered to his feet, Travis turned to Ollie. You should pack your things. You can stay with Jessica until you figure out next steps. Ollie nodded, tears streaming down her face. Travis sighed. Don't he cut her off? We'll talk logistics later. Right now, I need you both gone. As Ryan stumbled toward the door, Travis added one final surgical strike. By the way, the BMW's been reported stolen by Anthony Pinder. Apparently, you took it when you left Chicago under complicated circumstances. Ryan froze. How did you? MARSOC operators have resources you can imagine. Travis said simply. I'd stick to public transportation from now on. After they left separately, Ollie refusing to go anywhere with Ryan. Travis contacted Leo and Dominic, who had monitored everything remotely. Target neutralized? Leo asked. Exposed and running. Travis confirmed. Keep surveillance until he's out of the state. And Ollie, Travis gazed around the empty house that no longer felt like home. No longer my concern, he said. But the slight catch in his voice betrayed the cost of his victory. Chapter 8 Reclamation. 2 weeks after the confrontation, Travis sat in Captain Fleming's office, having completed his mission debrief and post-applement processing. Your team performed exceptionally, Fleming noted, reviewing the file. Distinguished Service Medal recommendations for you and Ortega. The team did their job. Travis replied. Sir, I need to discuss a personal matter that may have security implications. Fleming set down the file, giving Travis his full attention. Go on. Travis outlined the situation clinically. The affair, Ryan's background, the potential access to personal documentation and the steps taken to mitigate any security risks. Fleming listened without interruption. His expression grave. You should have reported this immediately. Yes, sir. I made a judgment call to handle the personal aspects first, then address potential security concerns once I had complete information. And do you have complete information now? Travis nodded. As far as I can determine, there was no breach of operational security. The individual was primarily interested in financial exploitation, not military intelligence. Fleming studied him. Your personal judgment may be compromised in this situation, Mercer. With respect, sir, my judgment is what identified and neutralized the threat. Travis countered. I'm reporting now because protocol demands it, not because I believe there's ongoing risk. After a long moment, Fleming nodded. I'll initiate a security review, but I'm inclined to accept your assessment. You've never given me reason to doubt your judgment. He paused. And the personal aspects. Those require attention too. Being addressed, sir, Travis replied stiffly. The Corps has resources. I'm aware, Travis interrupted, then added, sir. Fleming sighed. Very well. Complete the security paperwork with intelligence. Take 2 weeks leave. That's an order. Yes, sir. Outside the headquarters building, Leo waited, leaning against his truck. How the old man take it? About as expected. Security review, mandatory leave. Travis climbed into the passenger seat. How's the surveillance? Target left state lines 3 days ago. Last track to Boston, likely establishing new hunting grounds. Leo started the engine. And the wife. Ex-wife, soon enough. Paperwork's filed. Leo navigated toward the base exit. You're welcome to stay with us as long as needed. Maria's got the guest room ready. Travis stared out the window at the familiar landscape of Camp Lejeune. I need my own place. New start. Understandable, Leo agreed. But isolation's not the answer, brother. The team's concerned. I'm fine. Bullshit, Leo said bluntly. You're operational. There's a difference. Travis didn't answer immediately, recognizing the truth in Leo's assessment. He'd approached his marital collapse like a mission: identify threats, develop strategy, execute. The approach had been effective for neutralizing Ryan and protecting his finances, but left no framework for processing the emotional devastation. One day at a time, Travis finally said, "Right now, I need space to think." Leo nodded, respecting the boundary. "Where to then?" "Oceanfront. Southern end." 20 minutes later, they pulled up to a weathered beachfront property with a Farron sign. Travis had discovered it during his surveillance operations, a seasonal rental currently vacant in the off-season. The property manager, a retired Marine himself, recognized Travis's military bearing immediately. "Deployment housing fell through," he guessed. "Something like that," Travis acknowledged. 3-month minimum lease, utilities included. The manager said, leading them through the modest 2-bedroom cottage. "Ocean's right there. Good for clearing your head." Travis surveyed the sparse furnishings, the unobstructed view of the Atlantic, the isolation. "I'll take it." Later that evening, sitting on the weather deck with nothing but the rhythmic crash of waves for company, Travis allowed himself to feel everything he'd suppressed during the operational phase of his response. The betrayal, the rage, the grief for a future that would never materialize. His phone buzzed with a text from Jessica. "Ali's a mess. Genuinely regrets everything. Asking if you'll meet to talk." Travis stared at the message without responding. Part of him, the part trained to complete the mission regardless of personal cost, wanted to delete the message and Jessica's contact entirely. But another part recognized that healing required closure, not just revenge. He typed a reply, "Not ready. Maybe later." Jessica's response came immediately. "Understand. She'll wait. P.S. Ryan's car got repossessed today. Karma works." Despite everything, Travis felt his lips curved slightly. The tactical victories provided satisfaction, but not peace. That would require harder work than even more SOC training had prepared him for. For the next 2 weeks, Travis established a Spartan routine. Dawn runs on the beach. Physical training to exhaustion. Minimal contact with the outside world except for Leo and his team. In the evenings, he sat on the deck, watching the ocean and gradually allowing himself to remember not just the betrayal, but everything before it. The good moments with Ali, the dreams they'd shared, the future they'd planned. On the 15th day, Travis received an unexpected visitor. Benjamin Porter, his former neighbor, pulled into the sandy driveway in his pickup truck. "Leo told me where to find you." Ben explained, settling onto the deck chair beside Travis. "Thought you might want company that isn't military for a change." Travis accepted the beer Ben offered. "How's the neighborhood?" "Quiet, your house sold fast." Ben took a long drink. "Ali left town. Job transferred to Raleigh, I heard." Travis nodded, processing this new information. "Probably for the best." "Probably," Ben agreed. After a companionable silence, he added, "Guys at the VFW ask about you. Schmidt says you're welcome anytime." Travis hadn't considered returning to the veterans community he'd been part of before deployment. The idea of civilian interaction still felt overwhelming. "Maybe someday," he said. Ben didn't push. "When you're ready, no timeline." They watched the sunset in silence. The simple presence of non-military friendship offering Travis a glimpse of the wider world beyond his tactical existence. A world he would eventually need to rejoin. That night, Travis made 2 decisions. First, he would accept the Distinguished Service Medal rather than declining as he'd planned. Second, he would respond to Ali's request for a meeting. Not for reconciliation. That bridge was irrevocably burned. But for mutual liberation from the limbo of unresolved endings. Chapter 9, Resolution. The coffee shop in Wilmington provided neutral territory far enough from Jacksonville to avoid unwanted encounters. Travis arrived early, securing a corner table with clear sight lines to all exits. Operational habits that might never fade. When Ali entered, Travis almost didn't recognize her. The confident marketing professional had been replaced by someone smaller somehow. Her designer clothes exchanged for simple jeans and a sweater. Her carefully maintained highlights grown out to reveal natural brown. "Thank you for meeting me," she said, sliding into the chair across from him. Travis nodded, studying her without speaking. "I don't know where to start," Ali admitted after the silence stretched uncomfortably. "Why did you want this meeting?" Travis asked, his voice neutral. Ali wrapped her hands around her coffee cup. "To apologize. To explain, if you'll let me. Not to justify, nothing justifies what I did, but to help you understand." "I understand predators target vulnerability," Travis replied. "Ryan saw an opportunity and exploited it. It wasn't just him." Ali said quietly, "I made choices. Terrible ones." Travis leaned back, creating psychological distance. Why now? It's been 2 months. Because I needed to understand myself first. Ali explained. I've been in therapy, trying to figure out how I became someone who could betray everything I claimed to value. Travis hadn't considered this possibility, that Ali might be engaged in her own form of after-action review, analyzing the failure points in her character. And what did you discover? He asked, genuine curiosity breaking through his defenses. That I was never prepared for military life. Ali answered honestly, I loved you, still do, but I hated sharing you with the Corps. Every deployment, training exercise, time national security came before our plans. It built resentment I never acknowledged. You could have talked to me, Travis pointed out. Could I? Ali challenged gently. You were always so certain about your path, so committed to the mission. Whenever I expressed doubts, you reassured me about the importance of your work, never acknowledging that your certainty came at my expense. The accusation stung because it contained truth Travis had avoided confronting. His devotion to duty had sometimes blinded him to Ali's struggles. That still doesn't justify betrayal, he said firmly. No. Ali agreed immediately. Nothing does. I'm not asking for forgiveness, Travis. I don't deserve it. I'm asking for completion. For us both to acknowledge what happened so we can move forward separately. Travis studied her, recognizing genuine remorse. The tactical part of him remained wary. Emotion could be feigned, contrition simulated. But another part, the part that had loved this woman enough to promise forever, since authentic pain. Ryan, he asked, testing her sincerity. Gone. Ali replied without hesitation. After you exposed him, I saw him clearly for the first time. Everything you said was true. He'd been manipulating me from the beginning. Did you love him? The question escaped before Travis could censor it. Ali considered carefully before answering. I love the illusion he created, someone fully present, fully focused on me. But that person never existed. They sat in silence. Two people who had once shared everything, now connected only by mutual pain and fading memories. The divorce papers are being processed, Travis said finally. My lawyer will contact yours about division of assets. I don't want anything. Ali interjected. The house proceeds. The savings. It should all be yours. Travis shook his head. That's not how this works. You're entitled to your share under law. Even after what I did. Even then, Travis's sense of justice wouldn't allow him to take everything. Despite her betrayal. We'll follow legal guidelines. Clean break. Ali nodded. Tears forming. I've accepted a permanent position in Raleigh. Fresh start. Good. Travis said, meaning it. Distance will help us both. As they prepare to leave, Ali hesitated. Can I ask one thing? Are you okay? Really okay? The question caught Travis off guard. For months, his focus had been operational. Neutralize threats, secure positions, advance tactically. No one, not even Leo, had asked so directly about his emotional state. I will be, he answered truthfully. Different but okay. Ali reached across the table, her fingers stopping short of touching his. You deserve happiness, Travis. I hope you find it. Outside the coffee shop, they parted without physical contact. No hug, no handshake, just a final nod of acknowledgement. As Travis watched Ali walk away, he felt something shift inside him. Not forgiveness exactly, but a loosening of the cold, tactical mindset that had protected him through the worst of the betrayal. 3 days later, Travis received notification that his security review had been completed with no concerns identified. Captain Fleming requested a meeting. The Distinguished Service Medal ceremony is next month. Fleming informed him. You'll be there? Yes, sir. Travis confirmed. I've reconsidered my position. Fleming nodded approvingly. Good. And your personal situation? Resolved, sir. Divorce proceeding amicably. And your future with the Corps? Fleming asked the question Travis had been avoiding. Before the betrayal, Travis had been considering a training position that would mean less deployment but continued service. The events of recent months had disrupted those plans, leaving his career path uncertain. Still under consideration, sir. Travis admitted. Fleming leaned forward. The training command position is still available. Your experience would be invaluable to the next generation of operators. With respect, sir, I need more time. Take it, Fleming said unexpectedly. But remember, the Corps isn't just a mission, Mercer. It's a family. And family helps you rebuild when everything else falls apart. The words resonated more deeply than Travis anticipated. Throughout his ordeal, his military brothers had rallied around him. Leo offering unwavering support, Dominic providing technical expertise, even Captain Fleming granting latitude beyond regulations. While his marriage had crumbled, his military family had strengthened. "I'll remember that, sir," Travis promised. 2 weeks later, Travis stood on the beach outside his rental cottage, watching a storm front approach from the Atlantic. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, mirroring the turbulence he'd weathered in recent months. His phone rang. Leo, checking in as he did every few days. Training Command called again. Leo reported without preamble. "They're holding the position but need an answer by month end." Travis watched lightning fork across distant clouds. "What would you do?" "Continue serving." Leo answered without hesitation. "Different capacity, same mission. Plus, someone needs to teach these new operators how to handle both battlefield chaos and homefront disaster." Travis considered this perspective. The idea that his painful experience might become valuable wisdom for others facing similar challenges. "I'll think about it," he promised. After ending the call, Travis walked along the shoreline as the storm approached, wind whipping sand against his skin. The future remained uncertain. His marriage irretrievably lost, his career at a crossroads, his heart still healing from profound betrayal. But for the first time since returning to find another man in his home, Travis felt something beyond tactical calculation stirring within him. Not happiness, not yet, but possibility. The storm would hit, as storms always did. But Travis Mercer had weathered worse and emerged stronger. Different, scarred, but unbound. As rain began to fall, Travis turned toward the cottage. No longer running from the storm, but moving purposefully through it. One mission had ended. Another waited beyond the horizon, and he would be ready when it arrived.